Hi everybody, welcome back to another video on Simple is Complicated. It's me, your girl, Jess. And today, I hope you have a good time and enjoy the video. And if you like it, then like the video. And if you have something to say, then comment it. And if you really like me, then just subscribe, you know? Anyways, I hope you guys can relax and chill out and grab some snack and some snacks, not a singular snack. I was like, who's grabbing one snack on a world? Anyways, grab a snack and grab some snacks and let's get started. So throughout high school, I've had all my ups and downs, my trials and tribulations, my crazy days, and my busy, hectic, insane, like I don't even know what to do with myself days, and like the best days in high school. Like I think we've all had them. I've had them. I remember like going like from college level classes to like my favorite science class to like stressing out about this singing test in choir that I just never prepared for, and just stressing out. Like I would be sitting in the chair waiting next in line and like sweating and shaking and jittering and just like I just could not. I was like, oh. And they were like, you're literally doing fine. Like, what is your problem? And I'd be like, ah.
Classes like online. It's the worst. I've never, like, the classes online just, they weren't my thing. I don't think they ever will be my thing. The only thing that was easy doing online, I think, was probably my choir stuff or maybe my math, because I was good at it. I think my math was easy because I was good at it, but my choir stuff you had to record, and that also made me anxious. So I think my math homework was the easiest, but I didn't like the teacher. Anyways, I'm getting off topic again. One thing that I noticed, like, while being in high school is that, like, I don't think anybody ever thinks about the fact, like, when you first go in, that we just have, like, a limited amount. Like, we know that we have 4 years, but we don't know that we just have, like, a limited amount of time there. And it's, like, in a controlled environment where you get to, like, really experience, like, your first time like making decisions and stuff like that, because like I feel like in middle school and elementary school, like everything's just planned out for you. Like sometimes in middle school, like you get to choose your classes, but like your first time like being in high school and being like, oh, this is legit, like you have to make decisions and stuff like that. I don't even know, like I didn't think about that then, but I do think about it now that I really graduated. Okay. But yeah, it's just like high school is like the perfect time to like grow into yourself a little bit. Not all the way, obviously, because why are you peaking in high school? Who's peaking in high school? Who's peaking in high school? Like, it's like the perfect time for you to like mess up, make mistakes, find a bit of yourself, but not all of yourself, because why are you finding all of yourself in high school? Like, you just need that time for yourself outside of high school. Like, why are you finding yourself in high school? Get it together, girl. Get it together. Anyway. But yeah, just like we get to like experience it ourselves. And I know like a lot of people love high school, a lot of people hate it, and everything in between. Like me personally, I enjoyed most of my high school experiences. Most of them. I don't know about you, but I enjoyed a lot of them. There were some. I have some stories. Let's talk about today's video. Today, we're talking about things that just made my high school career a little bit better.
Anyways, number 1, the BSU. Like, I just remember like being super excited about like our BSU starting, and it's like, ooh, I get to like find my people. Like, cause freshman year it was cool and whatnot, but I just didn't click with everybody. Like all my friends were like juniors and seniors when I was like a freshman, because like I had known them, because like I grew up in an apartment complex, and so like you just grow up with everybody around you, and so like you know these people already, and so you're just gonna gravitate towards the people you know. Well, me personally, I'm just gonna gravitate towards the people that I know, and I didn't really like expand myself that much unless like you came to me. Sometimes I did, but like most of the time it would be like I known somebody since elementary school, and that's why I'm talking to them, you know, like, or I know them because my friend talked to them, and so I'll talk to them as well, you know. That's the type of person I am. And yeah, so I just didn't have many friends. And so when the BSU started, I was thrilled and extremely thrilled. One of the first things that we did I wasn't like the president, secretary, vice president, or anything like that. But one of the first things that we did, I was like, so are we gonna be walking the parade? And they were like, I mean, if you want to. And I was like, what do you mean if we want to? It's for all the clubs. We are a club. We gotta walk in the parade. And so I got put in charge of like running everybody, like to set up things for the parade and getting it together. And that was like joy. It was so fun. And like that was my first experience of being like a leader in an environment that like I was in charge of that, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. Like that was like my first, like not my first experience of being in a leadership position, but my first experience of being in a leadership position where I was like the person directly in charge. Like they would come to me and be like, hey, is this okay, and whatnot, and I'd be like, yeah, let's do it, or no, that does not look good. And like they'd actually listen to me. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this is so great, this is so great. Maybe I'm just a control freak, but that was like top tier. And just like things with the VSU of like parties and having fun and like being with people who understand like what it's like to be in this school and this environment. Like even though our sponsor was like a white lady, like she had really nothing, like she is our number one supporter. Madam Hills was our number one supporter, but she has nothing to do with the club. The club is it's student led, so she really doesn't have anything to do with it. And that's why a lot of people didn't come to our club, because they were like, you have a white teacher running your club. No, we don't. She's there for help. You know, she's there to help us run and get that money and whatnot. Anyways, so this year, it was my senior year. I was temporary president, but overall I was secretary of RBSU in high school. The only reason why I was like a temporary president is because our president was out for a couple minutes, but my job was strictly secretary. So I just helped out with that for a couple of months while she was doing her thing. That was fun. I'm gonna miss like our lock-ins and then like our parties and just like days where we're like doing group bonding and like that. That was life. That was life. Anyways, I just really miss being in part of that community, that environment, and it was so fun. And I don't know what else to tell you. Like if you like, once you find your group of people, it's just like, this is it, you know? I don't know if you get it, but if you get it, then you get it, and you know, cause like it's like you found your people, and like this is home now. And, anyways, I'm gonna miss being a part of that team, part of that group, part of that club, that environment in our VSU. So, number 2 thing that I'll miss about high school is like actually just having something to look forward to do every day, like having a set schedule. I don't know like how to explain this in the best way possible. Like usually when I'm out and about doing things, I'll plan things to a T how I want them, and like if something goes wrong and my whole mood like shifts, and like I can be the most annoying, tedious person in the whole entire world. But that's not the point either. It's just that I just like things to have a plan, to have a structure, and I haven't really had that these past few weeks being out of high school and stuff like that. I've just been going with the flow, and I'm like, this is like not the vibe. This is like it's a vibe, but it's not my vibe, you know? I like that. I don't like the fact of getting up early in the morning and whatnot, but I like that there's a plan, like to do stuff every hour of the day. Not every hour of the day, but like you have your 7-hour clock, like your 7 hours a day, and like this is what you're doing for those hours of the day. I like that structure, that here's what you're doing each day, and this is what we're gonna do each day. Like it's all planned out for you, and like we got Schoology, and it's like all in this calendar and whatnot, or like if they like Google stuff, they'll have it, or they'll write it on the board. Like I just like that so much. Like I don't even know. Another thing that I like, this is number 3, our friends. Like something that I'm gonna miss about school are like my school friends, specifically not my friends that I have outside of school, because I'm obviously gonna see you guys all the freaking time at work and stuff like that. Yes, my friends work with me. It was a horrible idea. Joking. Obviously joking. Anyways, so yeah, I just, like, my friends in school, like, I'm gonna miss them, but like I'm gonna survive without being with them every single day. But yeah, it's like, but you know, like how on TV, like you have your in like school shows, like you have your main cast members and like there's background characters and whatnot. That's what it felt like going to school almost every single day. Like every episode was just like a new day. You know, that's what it felt like for me. Like if a camera crew came in and they started recording, I just knew that I would be one of those people, like one of those main characters of the show. I just knew it. Like if somebody had started recording me as soon as I started opening my mouth, started words coming out of my mouth, I would have been one of those main characters on the shows. You guys would have been like, WTF are you talking about? Like, get it together, Jessica. Like, y'all would have been screaming at the TV, like, why would you even say that to somebody? Why would you even do that? Why would you, why? And I'd be like, because I wanted to. Anyways, that's also not the point of this video. My school friends, like, they're so cool. Like, they were cool and whatnot. And I liked being, like, I like being at school for the most part. But, like, it's, like, each class period was, like, a different TV show for me, personally. Like, it's, like, in the same world, but, like, it's a different TV show. Like, I knew that in my nursing class, my 2-hour class in the morning, like, I was not the main character of the show. So did I really care for that class? No. I did care, but I didn't care to be like a part of that environment. But my thing is, like, let me give you an example. My PE class, like, I feel like I'm definitely one of the main characters in that show, and I'm one of those people who are like, I don't want anybody to feel excluded from anything, so I'm just gonna be like, so who can I make smile today? And I'll just go and chit chat first with like a couple of people for a couple of minutes, and I'll chit chat with this person, and I'll chit chat with this person, and that's just the type of person I am. I just want to like make everybody happy. I want to make them smile. That's what I feel the need to do throughout my school day sometimes, and I'm just like, yes, yeah, you laughed. You know I'm funny. You know I'm funny. I'm not that funny, but you know I'm funny. You know I can be funny. Sometimes it's a little sick, but I can be funny. I can be funny. Okay. Yeah. And my favorite thing is, like, I like to keep my school friends and my out of school friends, like, those are two separate categories. I'll talk to my out of school friend in school, and if I see somebody from school that I talk to in school outside of school, I'll be like, hey girl, hey, what's up? Like, how's it going? And yeah, I'll be like, that was nice seeing you, but got to go. But when I see my friends at school, like the friends, like my actual friends, I'm like, oh my god. And it's like a crossover episode sometimes, like when like an outside school friend like just comes to visit you or something, and like they just go and say hi, and like they'll chit chat with you for a little bit about stuff that's going on outside of school. I'm like, that is like a highlight. Like, that is a highlight episode right there. Like, you know it is. I don't know. I just like get so excited over those things. Like, I love, like, or when like one of those friends invites an in-school friend of mine outside of school to hang out with us outside. That's literally a crossover episode. And you know it's fun. You know it's fun. You know you love your crossover episodes. I love my crossover episodes. Who's gonna not like a crossover? There has been some bad crossover episodes, but my personal ones, they have not been bad. They have all been tens across the board, you know? Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna miss them. I'm gonna miss, like, that environment, like, of that, oh, I feel like one of the main characters in a television show on in like class and whatnot, but like I also am not gonna miss the stress, but I'm gonna miss the stress because like it was like such simple things to stress over, you know? Like, am I gonna pass this test? Who cares? Who cares? You got another test coming up anyways, you know? But that's just something that, you know? The fourth thing I'm gonna miss about high school is gonna be the teachers, because you know, like they really can make or break your like the vibe of your high school. Like they really can, because like if your teacher is rude, mean, disrespectful to you, you're not gonna want to go to their class. Therefore, you're gonna skip their class. And when you start skipping their class, you're gonna start like failing in their class, and you're gonna get detentions or ISS, OSS for skipping those class. And like that literally like that one class can just mess you all the way up, and that's just so sick. It's so sick, so sick, but it's so real. It's so true, because this one teacher is rude, being disrespectful to you. You don't like this teacher because XYZ. Yeah, like it's just like they ruin the whole vibe. You ruin the whole, like you guys just don't mess with each other. Honestly, I would either switch classes or just not show up. Me personally, I've done it a couple of times when that teacher like. Anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. That's a story for another time. But like, they really can make or break your career. On the other side of that same coin, about making your career, like if you have like at my school, there are some fantastic teachers and there's like horrible ones. But on the fantastic side, like I know like I've skipped class or whatnot, but they've written me passes to be able to skip their class. Like tell me that's not great. Like you're not losing points in class because you decided to chill in another teacher's room or walk around the hallway, because this one amazing fantastic teacher was like, yeah, go ahead, you're good, you can stand here, I'll write you a pass to here, and tell them that you're doing work for both their classes or you're making up for a test or something like that. Like those teachers, you gotta love them with your heart. And like those teachers are the same teachers who are gonna make you come into class every day, and they're literally gonna make your whole day better, no matter how much like how crappy your day has been so far. It's just gonna get like 15 times better, because they're almost always chill, they're almost always relaxed, and like they're almost always in a good mood, and you know, like they're just gonna be there for you, and like they're gonna support you in all your efforts to do what you can. They're gonna meet you in the middle. Like if you're not getting something, they're gonna meet you in the middle. Like especially if you're going out of your way to go get help, to get met in the middle. Like those teachers are gonna be there for you no matter what. And that's what I mean, like they can make your career. Like they'll be the best parts of your day, and they're gonna make you want to come to school. And yeah, they're just gonna be there for you. And I suggest, like this is my suggestion, like once you get into school, like find your teacher, find your place. Not just one teacher, like a couple of teachers, because like what if when the teachers are gone and then you don't have your teacher, you don't have your place because there's a substitute or somebody else in there. Find a couple of teachers that like who get you, like they care. Like teachers do care. They are not that you should be treating them like saints or like they are. Teachers aren't people, because they're people, they're humans. Like they have feelings, emotions, and they have a whole bunch of other things to do, but they'll still care for you if you like treat them like human beings, and like you care for them too. Like there's some teachers that I go into the rooms and I just know I'm feeling loved, welcomed, and like just I can just go in there any time of the day and they'd be there, and I'd be like, yeah, they're gonna love me and I'm gonna love them, and it's gonna be a good time, and we're gonna laugh, we're gonna have some giggles. And I also feel like those are the classes especially where you are the main character in that classroom, or you're just not, and like that's okay. And like those teachers really can make or break your, like any teacher can make or break your high school career. And I suggest like you just get along with your teachers as best as you possibly can. Number 5 is sports. Hear me out. I know we all have heard like the sports thing, like sports are the best thing in no, sports are not necessarily the best thing in high school, but sports, like, they have a whole entire community around them. Like, you're being surrounded by people who are either cheering for you or you're cheering for some people, and like this crowd, they're just hyped and like excited for this game no matter what, if win or lose. If it was a good game, it was a good game, and like if you lose, you're like, ah, and everybody's like, ah, and like that environment. And I just remember my junior year, I decided to be a mascot for School of the Tiger, and that was also so fun, so much fun, especially on Friday night football, like those football games. Yeah, I was out there and I was running around playing games. And you know how I got found out? One day I left my bracelets on my wrist, and everybody was like, because the other gloves, they were like gross, and so I had wore the ones where it like peaks a bit if you move your wrist like this, and so I was waving and everybody saw my bracelets, and that's how I got caught. Isn't that, I know. Anyways, basketball games, football games, everybody in between. Like, being in the crowd or being on the team, or like me personally, for basketball and football games, I was obviously in the crowd or being on the Tiger. Like, those connections you build with people, so much fun. And I think, like, if you go to a sports event, like, don't just go one time, because I remember my first like basketball game, I didn't like it, and so like I'd give it a couple of times, like give it a try, like actually try it out, because like usually the first time you go, you're probably not even gonna understand what's going on unless you have people there with you to like understand what's going on. So much fun, so much fun. And like on top of that, you should play a sport in high school, at least one sport. I did shot and disc and lacrosse for my sports. I did shot and disc this year, my senior year. It was so much fun. I was really bad at it, but like the environment, like the people, you get to work out with these people every single day and like just have a good time, and everybody was just like so cheerful, so helpful, and yeah. And then for lacrosse, we were running, everybody struggling together, and like you building your team, and like you seeing from like where you started in the beginning of the season to where you are at the end, and just everything is so good. Today, like I wrote out. I thrived today, and I hope you thrive today and tomorrow and yesterday and every other day upcoming. Anyways, have a good day. This was Simple as Complicated. It's me, Jess. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you guys next time.